Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Tvameva Mata Cha Pitatvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakhatvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Amadeva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Hari Om. Let's chant the Yoga Vasistha's invocation. Yatas sarvani bhutani pradibhamti stitani cha. Yatas sarvani bhutani pradibhamti stitani cha. Yatraivopashamam shanti. Yatraivopashamam shanti. Tasmai satyatmane namaha. Tasmai satyatmane namaha. Hari Om. We just finished in the last talk the response by Sage Vasistha to the questions that Rama asked. Rama asked two questions. One is, what happens to the person who never got exposed to Vedanta and he is living through this sensuous living all through his life and kicks the bucket? That's the first one. The second one is one who got exposed to Vedanta and is trying hard to realize it but could not realize it. What happens to him? So in response to the first question, the sage said that he will continue life after life after life and many lives, and until he gets exposed to Vedanta, he will continue forever. So it's a beginningless and endless also, and the end will be only when he gets exposed to Vedanta and realize it. So there is no other shortcuts or solutions for this. So even if you Lord surrender to him, he has to teach Vedanta only, and that is the essence of the statement of Vasistha Maharaj. In response to the second question, which is, we said, same question asked by Arjuna in the 6th chapter, I think. So there, so what happens to what Arjuna calls him a yoga brashtaha, the one who has not realized it, at the same time he could not enjoy life also. So he withdrew from life, at the same time he didn't gain the absolute. And Krishna also says that nothing will be wasted and he will proceed further from where he started, but at a rapid, because he already have what you call a prerequisites that are there. That's why you will find some Mahatmas where they will be born in a conducive environment and take off immediately. And not that Lord is favoring them, it is because of their previous sadhanas that gets matured and that pulls them into that area. And that's what the Vasistha said. And then he gave the tools for Rama to think in terms of what is essential in this Yoga Vasistha, in the realization. You have to give up your kartrutva bhavam and bhoktrutva bhavam, because you think I am a doer. If you have a notion that I am a doer, then you have to bear the consequence of the action, and therefore you become a bhokta. That means whether it's a good or bad, you have to suffer the consequence of the notion that I am a doer. So what do you have to do? What is the real tyagam? Real tyagam or real renunciation? Renunciation is to give up the notion that I am a doer. And that's what Krishna calls it, that who sees himself is not a doer even when the body, mind, intellect is doing, because the body, mind, intellect belongs to Prakriti, and Prakriti is doing, and Prakriti does all the actions only. Prakriti eva cha karmani kriyamanani sarvasaha. Yah pasyati tatmanam akartaram sapasyati. The one who sees himself is not doer even when the body, mind, intellect is doing. He is the one who really sees, means understands. So yaha pasyati saha pasyati. The one who sees, he is the one who really enjoys. Sees means they understands the truth. And so the Vasistha also explains in the same way that he will be born in a conducive family where he will rapidly take off from where he left. And that was the response to the question. And the rest of the chapter of that provides you different obstacles for self-realization and how to solve that problem. With that, the essential teaching of the Vasistha to Rama is over. Now we are coming into the concluding part, and if you remember, it is a Valmiki teaching to Bharadwaja, his disciple, and that is the conversation. And Bharadwaja asks, how did Rama realize? Therefore, the whole Yoga Vasistha starts with Valmiki explaining how Rama came to know about the truth. Rama first asks the Vishwamitra, and Vishwamitra directs him to his guru, Rama's guru Vasistha, since he has to listen from his guru. And therefore the whole Yoga Vasistha is teaching of Sage Vasistha to Rama, because Rama was otherwise not ready to do anything, including go to forest with the keep forgetting the names, and with the sage, so to kill Tataki and so on and so forth. Now Valmiki comes back after Vasistha stopped and says, this was the teaching of the Vasistha to Rama. So that's how the conclusion chapter, where Valmiki summarizes and gives also some what are the tools that we need to do. Rama realized it, how about we? So how we also can realize it. So he's going to give some tools for us to contemplate on. Valmiki uvacha jnanasaram vasishtoktam idam akarnya raghavaha muhurtamasid udbuddhaha chaitanyananda sagaraha. We'll do another sloka also. Mahasamanya rupatvat chidvyapakataya stitaha nakinchit uche sampannaha shive parinataha pade. Together, both sloka. Jnanasaram vasishtoktam idam akanya raghavaha muhurtamasid udbuddhaha chaitanyananda sagaraha samanya rupatva chidvyapakataya stitaha nakinchit uche sampannaha sive parinataha pade. So Valmiki told his disciple Bharadwaja, who was listening to this whole conversation. In response to the question that Bharadwaja posed, Valmiki gave the whole story of what happened and what was the conversation between the Sage Vasistha and Rama, and how did Rama gain the knowledge. So here in the summary now, Valmiki says, Jnanasaram means the saram of the jnanam, the essence of the knowledge. That knowledge of any knowledge of the real knowledge, that means supreme knowledge. Because in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, in the Maitri Brahmana, there is a beautiful introduction by Adi Shankara, which we have taken that Maitri Brahmana. One you can find it in the Google, under YouTube. If you go to Acharya Sadaji under Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Maitri Brahmana, there you can see the talks where the first talk is on the introduction of the Shankaracharya's introduction on the bhashya of the Upanishad, and there it classifies there is only one true knowledge, that is the what Vedanta points out, and all other knowledge, including sciences, or comes under false knowledge or knowledge of the false. Therefore, it's false knowledge. Why? Because it is not really absolute truth. It is relatively truth. It's valid on the relative scale, but not valid in the absolute scale. This is not a fanatical statement, because this statement justifies, because any other objective knowledge only talks about objective tools, using objective tools, but does not include the subject who is inquiring or who is trying to understand. So subject is excluded in the objective knowledge, because subject cannot be objectified, and therefore the objective scientists feel that analysis of subject is only a hypothetical, because they don't have tools to analyze it. But Vedanta talks about both the subject and the object, and reality behind both the subject and object, and what is the absolute truth. Therefore, it is a real knowledge. All other things are only partial knowledge, and therefore it's not complete true. So here, Jnanasaram, the essence of the real knowledge is Vasistha Uktam, by Sage Vasistha, that was given to Rama, and that is Idam Akarnya. Having listened to this by the teaching by his teacher, Sage Vasistha, Ramaha Raghavaha Muhurtam Asit, he remained silent. That means he remained silent. So Muhurtam means for some time. He was remaining silent because he was reveling in the truth that is being pointed out, and in that truth there is no subject object. Then who says what? So the question of there is no speakers, and the speech and the spoken to, all dualities are transcended. So therefore there is nothing more to say anything other than reveling in that absolute truth, and that is essentially where in that he remained silent, because that is essentially nature of that. Silent doesn't mean that, people think that the thought and a thought, between the two thoughts there is a silence. So the thought is there, I am there, and the other thought is there, I am there, but in the silence I am there only. But I am there, and the silence that is being observed also. Silence observed is nothing but pure the mind without any thoughts. It is still an object for me to see. It's not an objectless awareness, it's only thoughtless awareness, but object is the mind without thoughts itself forms an object, and that is what essentially has to be understood. Objectless awareness cannot be seen or known at all. What can be known? Only through the mind, and using the mind, shifting the attention of the mind from the thoughts to that because of which the mind is able to know. That is what realization involves, and that's what essentially you have to use the mind. Not is beyond the mind. Beyond the mind means beyond the normal objective world. It is that because of which every objective thought is known also. That is what Pratibodha Viditam Matam. That's how the Kenopanishad says, it is revealed in every thought. Not that I have to stop thinking. You can stop thinking, but then you have to see the thoughtless mind. That is more subtle, because mind always habituated to think. So you don't have to make an effort in stop thinking, because that itself becomes a struggle. But what you need to do is shift your attention from the contents of the thought to that because of which thought is known. That is what is called Pratibodha Viditam Matam. But in the very process of shifting our attention to the contents of the thought, then paying attention to the thought, the mind itself stops thinking. That is a byproduct of it, not an effort for it. So that one has to be careful here. Idam Akanya Raghavaha, having listened to the teaching, and Muhurtam Asid, he remained quiet for some time. Udbuddha, essentially that which is the that because of which he was enlightened. Udbuddha means the mind has evolved into that state of understanding where I am that absolute consciousness, because of which the whole world is known, and because of which I can withdraw myself from the world also, since he is Muhurtam Asit, without any the consciousness of the world. Not that the world is not there, but his attention for the awareness of the world is not there. Therefore, he has withdrawn his mind to the pure consciousness. So it's called Atmarati, reveling in himself by himself. And that is essentially what the Raghava, that is what Sri Raama was doing, in that having understood and having appreciated and having known what Vasisthaji is pointing out, he remained silent in reveling in his own truth. And Chaitanya Ananda Sagaraham, and that truth is that which is ocean of pure consciousness and Ananda, happiness also. It is Satchit Ananda Sagaram. Sagaram means it's an ocean, means there is no boundaries for it. So it is unlimited, expanding, and that's essentially what the nature of that absolute is. So Chaitanya Ananda Sagaraha Muhurtam Asit Udbuddha. So having realized, having enlightened means having understood the truth, that Sri Raama remained silent. Mahasamanya Rupatvat, and this Mahasam, on account of state of identification that I am this, that is Mahasamanya Rupatvat. That is identification with what? With Chaitanya Ananda Sagaraha. I am pure consciousness, which is Ananda. Ananda is not I am getting happiness. It is not a reflected happiness. It is a Swarupa Lakshanam. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Anantameva Anandam. Because limitless alone is infinite, alone is limitless, and limitless alone is free from suffering. Therefore it is pure, absolute, the happiness, and any other happiness is only reflection of this happiness only. So whenever we say we are happy, that's only reflected happiness of this pure consciousness, which is limitless. And so why I should get a reflected, I can enjoy the original itself, and that's called Mahasamanya Rupatva, complete identification with the totality. That's what is a jnani is. So that's why Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. Scripture says that knower of Brahman becomes Brahman. Knower of potato doesn't become a potato. Knower of the world doesn't become a world. But knower of Brahman becomes a Brahman, because it is not understanding of knower, I know Brahman. It is understanding that I am Brahman. That is the only way Brahman can be known, because that is it is my own nature that I am existent, I am consciousness. And what I am searching for? Happiness. But I am also happiness, because happiness that I get even outside also is my own reflection. Therefore, if I understood, I don't have to go a roundabout path to become happy. I realize that I am the very source of happiness, and I don't need anything for me to be happy, because I am full as I am. He is what is called, Krishna calls him Sthita Prajnaha, because I have no more desires for any objects, because that happiness comes from the object is only my only happiness. So why go after like that? So therefore, Prajahati Yadakaman Sarvan Parthavanogatan. All desires are gone, because there is no use of going after objects to get my own happiness there. So therefore, I can enjoy myself as I am, but I can play the drama of life for fun. That's a different thing. But as I am, I can reveling on myself. Atmani eva atmanatustaha. I am happy as I am, by myself as I am. I do not depend on anybody else or anything else for my happiness. That is essentially what he says. Maha samanya rupatvat Sidvyapakataya sthitaha. Sidvyapakam. That is all pervading by the pure consciousness that I am. Therefore, I pervade the entire universe, because scripture defines that consciousness is Brahman. Prajnanam Brahma. There is no question of division of consciousness that, like some acharyas talk about the different types of consciousness of the self, different from consciousness of the objective world, and so on and so forth. There is only one consciousness, indivisible, and that is I am. That is Chaitanya Ananda Sagaram, and therefore I am reveling in that itself. And Chid Vyapakataya Sitaha. So he remained into the all-pervading consciousness that I am. That is Vishwam, Vishnu. So Vishnu is Vishwam also. The whole world is Vishnu, and Vishnu is not unconscious entity. So when he says Vishwam is also Vishnu, that means it is apparently unconscious, but it is actually Lord himself in different forms. That's what has to be understood. And Chid Vyapakataya Sitaha. So remain as all-pervading consciousness, and Nakinchid Uche. So you say, he did not say anything, because what is the need to say anything else? Because when he is reveling in himself, recognizes there is nobody else other than him to whom he can say anything. So therefore he remains silent, and therefore Nakinchit Uche, not a thing he told. He just reveling himself in himself. And Sampannaha, and that who is happy, and Shive Parinataha Pade, and one who is blessed in that abode of Shivam, auspiciousness. That's what Shantam Shivam Advaitam Chaturtam Manyante Sa Atma Sa Vigneya. That is Shivam, Shantam, Shankaram, Shankaroti the Shankaram, that which gives you the auspiciousness, that which blesses everybody. That is Shankaraha, and that is Shivam also. And Shantam, no agitations of any kind, and that's how Mandukya Upanishad defines that Turiyam, and that's what was discussed by Vasistha ji also in the last chapter. So it is Sampannaha, therefore happy because he is full, and therefore he doesn't depend on anything. Therefore Rama is reveling in himself of his own true nature. And Shive Parinataha Pade, and he is blessed into that pure, absolute, auspicious state of that oneness that was. So after listening to the teaching, Rama is reveling, and this sloka tells, in fact, is Rama realized. So we do not know whether other people realize or not, but Rama, from Rama's point, he is enjoying the beauty of it, and he will express slowly also to others. See. And so that is the complete happiness. And Swamiji talks about Yatra, the Chandogya Upanishad, the Bhumi Vidya, where infinite alone is happy. Any finite is not really happiness, because we are going after happiness only. We are searching for happiness, and we are searching in the place where it's not there. And in the Chandogya Upanishad, in the Bhuma Vidya, it says Yatra na anyat shrunoti, na anyat vijanati, na anyat pasyati, tat bhuma, and bhuma eka sukham, na alpe sukham asti. This is from the Bhuma Vidya in the Chandogya Upanishad. It says that in that state, Yatra anyas, there is nobody else to listen to talk to hear to. So is he anything to hear? Because hearing involves the hearer, and he heard, and this connection between the two. And there is only one homogeneous, pure, existent consciousness, limitless, that is Satchidananda Swarupam. From that reference, from a Brahman reference, there was no duality whatsoever. So all duality is negated as not a reality, but only as only apparent reality, and absolute reality is without anything. So from that reference, na anyas shrunoti, na anyas vijanati, there is nothing to know and nothing to hear also. Na anyat pasyati, nothing to see, because seer, seen, seeing, all triputis are only possible at a transaction level, Vyavaharika Satyam, not from the absolute Satyam. And Tat Bhuma, that is infinite, and that is you are, and Bhum, that is where Sukham That is where the pure happiness is. And na alpe sukham nasti. So alpe in the any finite, however big that finite is, there is no happiness. So people going after finite things for happiness, and there is no happiness at all. So if at all you get happiness, appear to get happiness from the finite, is only your own reflection of your own happiness, not there is happiness in that. That has to be recognized. So once you recognize it and recognize as a fact, then you don't go after things which is not there, because what you want is happiness. So you go after where the real source is, and that's your own self. So Valmiki gave a summary statement of what is the state of Rama after listening to Vasistha's teaching. This is a reporter reporting of what happened there, because Valmiki could see by the blessing of Brahmaji and Naradaji that what happened or what's happening in future also, he could see in the state of mind of Rama also. Now Bharadwaja, the disciple of Valmiki, now responds. Bharadwaja uvacha aho khalu mahascharyam Ramaha prapto mahatpadam katame tadrushi praptihi asmakam muninayaka. Together. Bharadwaja uvacha aho khalu mahascharyam Ramaha prapto mahatpadam katame tadrushi praptihi asmakam muninayaka. Aho, oh my God, hello. This is a wonder statement. Khalu, indeed, Maha Ascharya. It's a wonder that Rama could realize even when he was still young there. He was going with the I keep forgetting. So with the sage to go Aranya to protect his yajna, and therefore he Mahascharya, at that stage itself the Rama has realized, and therefore Mahascharya Ramaha prapto mahatpadam, he gained the highest state of the reality. Prapta means you have understood that I am that highest. It's not that gaining something that is different from you. It's your own nature, but that has to be understood. Therefore, the ignorance becomes a problem. So he lost the ignorance, and therefore he realized. Rama means the one who revels is Ramaha. And Sarve Ramanti iti Ramaha. The one everybody revels in is called Rama, and Sarveshu Ramanti also is Rama. He revels in everybody because he is there in everybody's heart. So that's what Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Buddheshu Tishtati. Krishna says that Lord is residing in, because Rama is reveling, so he has become Brahman, and so therefore Brahman is a substratum for everything, and therefore that is how Krishna says that he is the very heart in everybody. Heart means the essence of it, from which everything came, by which it is sustained, into which it goes back. That is the essence. And Ramaha prapto mahatpadam aho mahascharyam. So here Bharadwaja expresses his wonder, and then he says, sir, how can we realize it? Kadame tadrushi praptaha. So how can we attain that? So that asmakam muninayaka, a great sage or leader among the sages, please help us that we can also realize the same state that Rama has recognized. So everyone has to do themselves. So then someone asks question, if I am Brahman, then where is the other people at all? Yes, there is nobody else. For my reference, there is nobody else, because I am pure Satchidananda Swarupam. So there is no question of even asking, where is the other people realize. That question gets dissolved. But from the other point who has not realized, because realization at each mental level, because the mind is confused, not Satchidananda is confused. It is the mind that thinks I am an independent entity. That mind is where the instruction is given to that mind. You are not. The consciousness that you express is not from you, it's from the totality. So if you claim that I am a conscious entity, that consciousness I am part coming from the totality. Only this part is being expressed by the mind, but mind thinks that I am independent conscious entity, so it's confused, therefore it needs an education. So instruction is to the mind, go and learn from the teacher. What is going to learn? That consciousness that I express is not of my own, it's coming from the totality. That is the teaching. And therefore, says, Kadam edrushi praptaha asmakam muninayaka. Oh sir, please tell us, how can we also realize? So this is for everybody saying, Bharadwaja is asking, and the question is being put so that we also can follow. Not only Rama realizes Rama's concern, but how can we realize that one is the essence of the topic that will be discussed from the next class on. With this we stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.